Becky Streepy from Glue and Glitter, and today we're gonna air fry some tofu. Y'all, this recipe is one of my family's absolute favorites, and it's also one of the most popular recipes on my website. I created a video for this recipe a few years ago, but it was one of those hands and pans overhead only videos, and I thought it was time to show my face and tell you a little bit more about it and show you how to make it. So let's do that. The critical ingredient here is the cornstarch. You can mix up the marinade however you like, and in the next segment I'll talk a little bit about different marinade options. But what I recommend, especially the first time you make it, is that you do not skip the cornstarch. My family absolutely loves tofu, so sometimes when I make this I don't use the cornstarch because I'm lazy, but I definitely think you should do the cornstarch at least the first time if you really want that like crunchy, deep fried-ish texture. Cornstarch is what's going to get you there. I know that there are air fryer tofu recipes that get crunchy without the cornstarch, and they do that by cooking the tofu for longer. Using the cornstarch allows you to have that crunchy outside, but also have the tender inside, which is what I really like in a tofu. Let's talk variations. I do not want you to feel beholden to the flavors in this recipe. This marinade that I'm going to show you is definitely my favorite, but you can mix things up however you like. You just want to make sure that you have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of marinade, and then you're good to go. You could use a 1/4 cup of your favorite salad dressing. You could use balsamic vinegar and olive oil with a little Italian seasoning. Kind of mix and match and see what flavors work for you, just as long as you have that 3 to 4 tablespoons of marinade so that you have enough to coat the tofu, but you don't want it to get too wet because then the cornstarch won't adhere as well. So with logistics out of the way, let's cook! Start with a block of extra firm tofu that you have pressed and then cut into 1-inch cubes. I like the 1-inch cubes because then they get crispy on the outside, but there's still that tender tofu on the inside. You can do smaller pieces if you want more crunchiness, and you can do bigger pieces if you want more soft tofu with the crunchy outside. Now it's marinade time. So to your bowl of tofu, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, a teaspoon of seasoned rice vinegar, 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, and then a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. If you absolutely don't do oil, you can replace the sesame oil with more soy sauce, but that little bit of toasted sesame oil brings such a lovely flavor to this tofu. I really recommend that you give it a try. Toss the tofu together with the marinade ingredients right in your bowl, and then set that aside to marinate. I say for 10 minutes to a 1/2 hour. Really just wait as long as you can. You can actually go straight to cornstarch if you want to. It just won't have as rich a flavor as if you marinate. So the longer you can wait, the better, but if you need to get cooking right away, that's fine too. After your marinating time is up, it's time to add your cornstarch. So toss in a tablespoon of cornstarch, which is gonna feel like a lot, but you really need that much to coat all of that tofu. And then just gently stir to get your tofu evenly coated. The tofu might crumble a little bit, and that's fine, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna shake out fine in the air fryer. Once your tofu is nice and coated in that cornstarch, transfer it to your air fryer basket and air fry it at 370 for 20 minutes, shaking it halfway through. So at the 10-minute mark, just give the air fryer basket a nice shake. What you're really trying to do there is just prevent the tofu from sticking to each other and from sticking to the bottom of the air fryer basket. You don't have to vigorously shake, just like a little shake. You'll see things move around, then you can move on. Once that cooking time is up, you are ready to serve. You can serve this on top of a rice bowl or a noodle bowl. You can stuff it into a sandwich or a wrap if you want to. This recipe is really versatile. That's one of the things I love about it. I will tell you a secret. When I made this tofu, my kid and my husband were out of town, and I just ate the entire thing with green onions and a little bit of steamed spinach, and that was my dinner, and I loved it, and I'm not sorry. I hope that this video has answered all of your questions about how to make perfect crispy air fryer tofu. If you have any questions that I didn't address in the video, feel free to drop a comment. I'm always happy to help. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. Happy cooking!